I'd forgotten to turn on the volume to my microphone as well. I'd forgotten the energy that song keeps up for the entirety of the of that song. It keeps up that like do 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 thing from start to finish. I love the consistency of it. How's it going, everyone? I have a root beer. I had a sandwich, and I have a root beer, and I also have some water, and I might grab a beer midstream as well. You know what? That'd be good. I don't have any wine in the house. Otherwise, it'd be fitting for me to grab some wine for today. Boss say nut. It'd be fitting to grab some wine today, but I do not have any wine in the house. Of the osmanthus variety. Disgrace to the arts, or whatever Chongli says about the vent. Hello, sunflowers, Monday, Luna, Lone Wolf, Peregrine. Hello, welcome to all the Mexican sheep out there. Feliz Navidad. Truly, indeed. I agree. Phoenix, hello, welcome. Lygie, what is going on? I'm back. And I'm also front. Speaking of front, we talked about how Bell and Wise probably very clearly don't report their proxy earnings when get to, because otherwise when they were talking about like renewing their business license, I was like, no one is suspicious about your extra little income. But obviously they don't report that. I have what I consider to be I'm not even gonna like put my foot down and say this is the best root beer, but it's my favorite root beer, Henry Weinhardt's. It's way more expensive than it needs to be because it's like, oh, it's a gourmet soda, but it is a very good root beer. I would have put Henry Weinhardt's, and then I always used to say Henry Weingarten's as well. I don't know why. Why Weingarten's? I'd put Henry Weinhardt's as my favorite, then A&W, then Barks, very distant in third, and then Mug, very distant in fourth. I don't know if that there's definitely other root beers out there. Shasta, actually, I remember getting Shasta from an Alco store when I was a little kid. It was like 65 cents, and it's not even like I'm not that old, but it was one of those like dollar store kind of things, and you get a can for 65 cents. Get a can of Shasta. There, I remember that. Anyway, that's a random side tangent. Venti's Hexerai quest today. I was able to excuse me. Ooh, excuse me again. I was able to get Venti up to 70 in time for today's stream. And I actually did play him in my wife's world. I gave him Kazuha's artifacts. And Kazuha is getting a lot of ER from his artifacts, but also I feel like Venti also generates a lot of energy for himself, because every like it wasn't even like, oh, I can reliably burst off. It's like every single time his burst was ready, I was waiting on the cooldown. Every time. It wasn't even a he can reliably burst off cooldown. It's every time that burst was ready, there was a timer on it. I was still waiting on the timer. And isn't one of his Ascension passives ER? Or one of his Ascension stats ER? So, and I had him on Yelan's Favonius, which I need to switch that back to Yelan before I forget. This reminds me in a weird way of, Is it Ludwig von Koopa's castle in Super Mario World? Why does this part of the song in some way remind me a little bit of Ludwig's Castle in Mario World? Ah, I love that game. I should play that on stream, actually. I wouldn't even have to emulate it because I have the actual thing, the actual SNES Classic thing. So it would be totally above board because Nintendo loves. Anyways. Oh, whoops! That's me twice. Not that. Wait, hang on. There we go. Sorry. Okay. Double the nut, double your fun. Now that Venti is level 70, I'm gonna start moving focus to building Venti and then also building Yehoda. I think those are the two that I'm building right now. And then Durin will probably be right up next after Venti. The reason I'm waiting on Durin is because Venti, I rushed to level 70 Venti so we could do his quest. Yehoda is already 70, so it's gonna be much less of a barrier to entry in terms of like getting her up to overworld comfort, up to overworld spec comfort. And then Vent will be next. And then I feel bad putting Durin last, but I do think that Durin is going to be the third in the stack of those three. But exactly. This is the team that I wanted to try out. I don't know how well that even makes sense. I was just thinking like Venti's normal attacks with Yelan's burst, and then Durin for off field, and then Bennett to be Bennett. I also feel like with Venti's burst, I wasn't really noticing that I didn't have a shielder as long as I had some sort of healer with me. Because with Venti's burst, he can CC people, like the small enemies just get sucked into it, and even the big enemies get like stunned a bit. They get like, they get that kind of just like, they kind of get that little like, oof, you know? That makes sense? So I didn't feel like I was really missing having a shielder, simply because I could keep range on them, and I could continually keep them stun locked in some regard. I love how he comes out of his wings, by the way. It's like he's in his idle animation, and then you summon him, and you're just like, you tap on his shoulder, and you're like, hey, bud. Okay, let's see. If we're doing Venti's quest, we had a random party of, oh, I disbanded that. I dismembered that party? I did not do that. I disbanded that, that party. The kind of random party where we were wandering around with, excuse me, with Mona and people. How about this? Why not? 49,000 HP Dia with the, why do you have that? Give that back to Beta. Oh, I was running Beta in my wife's world. And I gave her a sacrificial for double parry. Parry. Now, Mona, do you have your proper artifacts back? I can't remember. Yes, you do. Okay. Noblesse, but unupgraded right now. Is this this kind of is actually. This is kind of just a team of my favorite characters. It's almost just a team of like, let's see, who else would be in here for like bark ability if this was a bark ability? Probably Arlecchino. If this was like the most barkable of the characters. Probably Arle or Navia. Shilonen could work in there too. possibly Skirk. Honestly, Yoimiya, but much more respectfully than anyways.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Remain on dry land for so long.
Okay, not that. That's not what I'm trying to do. Also, we have another event as well. Oh, cute! Look at her go, and look at you learning behind her, roller skating. It's in my inventory. My land legs. There you are, eavesdropper. Oh, we haven't done sucroses yet either. Vent. The vent. Yes. Except I don't know why that took me so long to... Entering focused experience mode. Indeed. So the purest way that I feel like I kind of am understanding Yehoda, but only kind of. It's not that she's, I don't know. Functionally, like in terms of like what you do with her, she functions similar with her skill to Kirara or Sayu, where you activate her skill and then you crash into enemies. Those enemies have to have some aura on them. So like if you've already applied Pyro to this guy and then you run into him with Yehoda's skill, then she will start filling up Pyro in that little gauge, that little cat gauge next to her. Once that gauge is full, she can continue to run around and hit people. Once that gauge is full, then she'll just burst. Then she'll just like blast an AOE of energy, an AOE of that elemental damage, and then that little gauge will in intervals just release a little water balloon, a little balloon of that element's damage out onto the field, and it'll just do that until it drains itself down. Her burst gives a heal, and what else does it do? It's those two little robots that circle around you. Okay, there's enemies over here, actually. That may also have just now been me trying to convince myself that I know, like me trying to remind myself of what she does. She has like no artifact right now, but... There's a whopper flower down there I could fight, but... How pertinent of a stat is EM with Yehoda? Usually with any, don't make noises like that, Yehoda. Trust me, Yehoda. Just take my word for it on this one. How pertinent of a stat is EM? Because usually with any animo, EM is really basically isn't. Okay. Because essentially what she's doing is she's shooting out raw elemental damage, not really. She's not swirling anything. She blasts out. Oh. I was gonna fight the hilly churls that were right here. This is actually where my wife pulled for her venti. Still didn't get him, but this is actually where my wife pulled for her venti last night. Was at the sundial. Hold that thought, Venti.
Right.
So he's got pyro in him, and now you can start filling up that pyro gauge. And then it'll just throw pyro at him.
empty-handed.
Now, is it with Ascendant Gleam that these robots also will do damage to him as well, or?
You're my target. Chew on this.
And if I let that that Pyro Cat run out, she just absorbs whatever whatever aura the enemy is inflicted with. So now it's a Hydro Kitty, and then I'll throw Hydro out. Boop. Thanks, Yoi. Thanks, Yoi. ER to burst comfortably, more attack for more healing, crit for personal damage, activating Favonius if that's what you use. Gotcha. So really just ER to keep her burst up constantly, and then attack for, because that's what she scales on for healing. That's a pretty simple build, actually. That's a split scaling that isn't, that's a split scaling that at least is, feels easier than like Dia's split scaling with attack and HP. Once again, C1 Dia makes it so you can invest more fully into HP than attack, but I judge characters based on their C0. Anyways, Vent! Henri Morton.
I'll take that as a yes then.
Who you talking to? Venti?
Ah, finally, you're here! Do you have a message for me from someone by any chance?
A message?
There's not a single prophecy about you in that dictionary. That's what you were about to say, right?
Yeah, the mages wanted me to come see you anyway, though.
Oh? One moment then. Your curiosity seems as strong as ever, Barbeloth. Alas, my future will have to remain absent from your dictionary.
What a you know, as funny as it was, and it was obviously a comedic beat, but the one time that Mona did try to like look into his future, he blasted her away. He was like, nope, no one gets to see that. As funny as much of a comedic beat as that what it was clearly an intentional, like, nope, eyes off kind of thing from Venti.
The wind may be happy to let dandelions trace its form and have poets sing it into verse, but to be contained is hardly its nature. So, dear Barbeloth, please do set your pen down. Words heard on the wind are not meant to be recorded on the page. If you're truly interested in this legend, allow me to fashion it into a poem. I'll be sure to share it with you ladies at our next tea party.
Barbeloth? She...
Barbeloth has always been a reasonable person, and I believe she heard my request. As such, our conversation should be free from interruptions for now.
Am I getting this right? Isn't this sundial and the twin sundial on the mysterious island, isn't this where Venti originally convened with Easteroth? Am I reading that correctly? Or am I remembering that correctly?
Wait, Barbeloth was listening in just now? Paimon didn't notice a thing! Well, she is a Hex and Circle mage. They all have quite a few tricks up their sleeves. Still, you noticed right away and even got her to leave us alone. Doesn't that make you the real master at cards here? Given the various practical factors at play, I'd call myself a master with limits. There you go, being all secretive again.
That's Venti.
Well, anyway, there wasn't a single thing about you in that dictionary.
Ow! Oh! I'm good. Did you hear that? That was my knuckle smacking against my desk. Yeah, she just told me to come here and wait.
You being here is enough. Barbeloth's prophecy concerning me may be incomplete, but it's not incorrect. There's something I need to do, and I could indeed use your help.
What is it? What is it? You can count on me.
Trusty as always. In that case, could you play a song with me later?
I mean, sure, but is that all you need me to do?
Yep, that's all.
What? Why am I so far over all the time? My framing. My framing!
But don't worry, this isn't a performance to decide the fate of some consequential event. It's just a duet between friends. The last time I played this song, the howling gale was my sole audience, and the notes scattered in all directions, leaving only fragments of the melody behind. But now, with a friend like you by my side, why should the wind alone bear witness to this music? Besides, I think my hands will be just that much steadier, playing alongside a trusty friend like you.
Well, I'll play the best I can.
That's all I ask. Now, let's head to the performance venue. If we follow the breeze, we'll be there in no time. All right, let's get going.
Whoa, jeez!
Relax and let the wind lead the way.
Show this to someone from 2020. Show this to someone from Mondstadt Day 1.
No need to hold your breath. In and out. Easy.
Ooh, are we going to the island?
I let the birds know we would be coming, so we won't run into them.
We're going to the island. We've kind of got his echo trail as well.
Don't worry, it's just a little ocean spray. You won't get soaked.
We're getting ocean spray clear up here.
The delightful sea breeze. Go on, breathe it in. We're almost there.
Can't catch me. All right, Venti, we're here. Now, what do you want of me?
Huh. This island looks kind of familiar.
No shit, Paimon. This island, is it special?
Not always. It was once an isle like any other. An ordinary, unassuming aggregation of sand and gravel. That is, until seeds of stories were brought here by the wind and cultivated by time. And in due course, the wind brought forth new tales, and time caused them to grow into legends. So with that, allow me to welcome you in truth to this island favored by time, traveler.
Time capitalized.
This is the place where time and wind met in the distant past.
Both capitalized.
Whoa. You suddenly sound so serious, Tone Deaf Bard. Paimon's not sure she's following this conversation anymore either.
Fret not, dear Paimon. The best stories always start with a bit of suspense and intrigue. I told you about this before, remember? About how I encountered time at the Thousand Winds Temple and received some help? Well, it was because of time's help that those first winds of freedom were able to blow so strongly. But forceful gales like that are most suited to wiping things clean, not helping things grow. So, after a few crises in Mondstadt were resolved, I made the winds gentler. Just strong enough to bolster the people in times of need without knocking them off their feet.
So we're here now to do what exactly?
Shadows gather in the distance. I'm sure you felt it too. I've heard about the Pyro Archon's face-off with the ruler of death, Renova, and what happened to the Fatui Harbinger, the captain. And that's not even mentioning how abyssal activity has been encroaching closer and closer to Mondstadt. I fear the impending crisis may be beyond what humans alone can solve. In light of that, I need to be prepared.
That's kind of the theory that we've had the whole time. is that if the chips were ever down, that Venti would, there's a limit to the freedom that he'd allow, you know, his not absentee his absentee reign, allowing people to have the freedom to exist without their god being part of being such a direct part of it. But there's a limit, and that if they're threatened by something that he thinks that they won't, that they're outclassed by, then he'll come off the bench and crack his knuckles. And
it is the Animal Archon's duty to intervene in times of need. As such, I, Barbados, will bring forth a wind strong enough to disperse whatever storm lies ahead. But if I whip up a gale of such strength in Mondstadt City, it would just turn the place upside down. Clothes, hats, the flowers that rest on people's balconies. That's why I chose to do it here. A place where I once offered an ode to time. Who knows? Perhaps time shows this island special favor precisely on account of my lovely, lovely music.
she's like, yo, that slaps. All right, what's up?
Wait, so is this place really that special?
Were you paying attention?
Sure doesn't look like it.
Were you paying attention at all in the last 5 minutes, Paimon? Like, this is another, like, selective ignorance thing.
There's a tide that ebbs and flows, and a bunch of birds that come and go. It just seems normal.
Time's impact on things isn't limited to what the eye can see. Think of it like a ripe sunsetia. If the outer peel remains intact, it's nearly impossible for the average person to tell whether the fruit inside is ripe. But even the tiniest hole in said peel will cause the fruit to rot, starting from that spot. Nestled in the hands of time, not one blemish marks this island's peel. Thus, time's influence on its very essence remains hidden to all. At the most fundamental level, of course, all things that lack time's favor will be erased at some point. But with the power that remains here, I can leverage time to draw a boundary around the wind. That way, the outside world won't notice a thing, no matter how powerful of a gale I whip up here. Of course, as the one requesting help, I should offer something in return. That's why I invited you here, traveler, so we could perform an ode to time together. Just let me know when you're ready. Oh, and I can lend you an instrument if you need one.
What about an electric guitar? What about an electro guitar? I'm ready.
Great. Let's get started.
I wasn't really sure what that melody was at first. Whoa.
Looks like our music has moved some in our audience to step on stage. But that's against concert rules, so let's usher them out.
Indeed.
I understand your love for music, of course. But for now, I'm going to have you leave the premises.
Think you can get away? Think again. Holy shit, Fenty.
That should do it. That was an exquisite performance, traveler. Thank you.
What was that thing that just floated by? What was that thing that just floated by? That power you didn't unleashed just now.
Don't worry. That power was mine and mine alone. No external help was involved. Think of it like tuning a musical instrument so that it might play melodies lovelier still.
Ha! So you do have some tricks up your sleeve. What else are you hiding, huh?
Oh, Paimon. How many tricks could I possibly have? I only have 2 sleeves, after all.
That did not even remotely answer the question, but okay.
You know that's not what Paimon meant, tone-deaf bard.
I have a feeling the wind is gonna be pretty strong today. We should head back to Mondstadt and tell people to hold on to their hats.
Does that require a daily reset? Was that it? Never change. Venti teases lore, decides to lock in, refuses to elaborate. I guess Mona's was also short. That seemed like so much build up to... You mother...
Here we go.
Whoa. Stories brought on the wind will bloom into legends in due time. Truly. Hello, Beto. It's been a while since I've had you out. Alright, well. Sook. The suck. Sookos! Boop, boop, oh, up, boop, 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 boop. Let's bring Kale. Congratulations on finishing 52nd story quest. I think that's why we had just come off of Durin's story quests, which were 5 days, and each of the 5 days were pretty long, were like relatively long quest acts. I think that's why I was expecting something more. I should have known that Venti would just like, all right, well, anyways, it's like, no, hold on, we just addressed some crazy things. Like, what are you doing? What do you mean you're gonna lock in for what? It's like, anyways, see ya. Very on brand.
Given previous results, I should make a few adjustments to the experiment and ensure that the materials and equipment are all in order.
Ooh, I like her new VA.
As for the potion I need to make... Oh, Traveler, Paimon, what brings you here?
Boredom.
We're here to help with your task.
What bring...
We wanted to see if you could use some extra hands.
What brings you here? Well, I thought I was going to be in for a long conversation with the Animo Archon, but turns out...
My task. Oh, you mean the one Mr. Albedo told me about? The one from the Hexen Circle? Well, you're just in time. The experiment is ongoing, and I was just about to work on it.
Ongoing? So, you've been working on it all this time?
Yes. It aligns with other research topics I've been working on, so it hasn't been too much extra work. Still...
What? Is there a problem with the experiment?
I've been unsuccessful so far.
Oh, so it keeps failing, huh?
It's not as simple as just failing. The whole theoretical framework behind this task is a bit more complicated than I imagined.
So what is this task exactly?
Oh, right. You still haven't told us what kind of experiment it is.
One meant to develop a potion that can transform sweet flowers into a variant 16 times its normal size.
Dude, 16 times the...
That is to say, a formulation of botanical augmentation reagent type 4, iteration 7. As you can probably guess, this is my 7th time running the experiment.
Wow. So, basically, we need to make growth serum. Or the 7th version of one.
Well, yeah, that's about right. This is my 7th attempt, but I didn't make many adjustments to the formula this time, because both the theoretical principles behind this experiment and the products of the process prove there's nothing wrong with it.
But you haven't succeeded yet, right?
Yes, I'm thinking that it's not my current formula that is wrong, per se, but rather some other key element is missing.
Oh! Then Paimon knows just what to do.
Let us help. Perhaps we could try adding a little essence of Paimon.
Well, that's why we're helping out. Wait a second. Paimon is not an ingredient.
We could try. It's just... I would need to adjust the ratios in the original formula, and that might make the potion even more unstable.
No! We are not trying that! Just show us the original.
Why not? Paimon, you don't know unless you try.
Here it is. That said, I'm still missing 2 ingredients.
If I was the director, I would have told the new VA to lean a little bit more into the trademark timidity of sucrose, but...
Now that we can help with. What do we need to get?
I need spring water from Springvale to use as the base, as well as Eye of the Storm fragments. But that last one could be tricky.
They're scrubs. Scrubs!
Let's go!
Scrubs. It's just an Eye of the
Tackle the Eye of the
Storm.
Storm first.
Go to it. Ooh, is there gonna be one at the same location that there was like our first, unless this was the first Eye of the Storm you fought. But, or wait, there was an Eye of the Storm. Was the Eye of the Storm outside of Lisa's temple? Or whichever one, this one was Lisa's, wasn't it? Was the Eye of the Storm that was outside of one of these temples the first one, or was it the one outside of the statue during the Archon quest? Regardless, we fought an Eye of the Storm here a long time ago. A long time. Oh, I didn't surprise Sucrose. Ow, what the heck? That's my granny, you douche. Oh right, it's made of animo.
Alright, that's the first ingredient done.
Wow, you sure worked
Uses.
fast. That step usually takes me forever. We can get the spring water down there.
Uses an animo catalyst to fight an enemy that is made of animo. Aw, Kale's grown up so much. They're in both places. I don't remember which one I did first. I don't either. I'm not really sure why I'm walking to Springvale, but... I used the animo to not destroy the animo. Because it couldn't. I used the stones to destroy the stones. Gone. Reduced to cabbages. What? That's not your line, Josh. Oh. When was that? Avengers Endgame was the last movie I watched in theaters. It was the last movie I was really excited about to watch in theaters. After that, there wasn't really a movie. 2019, damn. After that, there wasn't really a movie or movie series or franchise that I really got as into as I did with the original, the Endgame and back MCU. And even in our small town theater, the theater experience for all of the Marvel movies was a treat. Everyone was so like into it, and where are we going? That's not what Diana would want.
The high quality of Springvale's waters makes for a stable potion-making ingredient.
That's all we needed, right?
Yes, let's head back.
I mean, the other reason I didn't go to the theater, I can't pin it all on like, oh, the other movies coming out just didn't draw me in the same way. It was also COVID happened right after Endgame as well. So but I really didn't feel like I needed to try this on for cabbage. Sand with me. That bird catching a stray grass ring. Okay, yeah, they're there. Cool. Yelan's charge shot is good for those guys. I don't even really use Sweet Madames that much anymore. I don't know why I'm collecting so much foul still. Mondstadt welcomes you, traveler. It was Amber that gave us the name Traveler by the time for your daily trauma. It was Amber that gave us the name Traveler as well, because the Knights of Favonius handbook says to call random strangers travelers. Amber also was the only one to put up wanted posters, missing person posters without us even asking her. Oh, back to the alchemy bench.
All right, the ingredients are ready and the cauldron is just over there, so we should be good to go. But,
Is something wrong?
no. It's just, do you mind if I watch from the side? Just for the purposes of accurate recording, I mean. I know lots of people don't like being scrutinized during experiments, so...
No problem.
Thanks. Then, I'm ready to go whenever you are. I'll make sure to take detailed notes.
She's
too.
so cute. Look at her huge ass glasses.
So, are you ready to start the experiment?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, place the ingredients and cover more area to increase the tuning rate for the concoction. When the tuning rate reaches, I thought it was plain Zenless 4 hours ago. When the tuning rate reaches 100% or higher, you can concoct the potion and receive the finished product. Each time you concoct a potion, there'll be squares on which ingredients may be stacked within the cauldron. With sucrose's help, you can stack ingredients on up to 5 squares when concocting a potion. Each ingredient has a different tendency, which affects the overall tendency of the finished potion. Craft the specified potion to complete the assessment. What am I supposed to be making, though? Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have looked at. Wait, hang on. What? Maybe I should have looked at what.
Ready to start the...
Oh shit. What do you need? Oh, these are just the... So I have to fit all of these in here, then? Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, there's another one of those. There's an L from... oh, and another one. Frick. Ooh, a Z. As in Zenless Zone Zero. Popular game by... Oh, that's a weird one! Balls. no, that's not. Well, this is a weird one. Let's see. Let me pull that one, actually. Okay, where's the best one? Best place gonna be for that one? Maybe put that there. This is the Z that still needs to go in there. Oh, balls and wieners. You know, as they say. Ah. Boop. ZZZ.
That's it. Your execution was perfect.
Thanks. We got there, Sucrose. Look how cute she is.
Really?
Yes, I don't see any flaws in the brewing at all. Let me extract some and test the product's composition. One moment.
Excuse me, Sucrose retracts some of the. Okay.
Like I said, flawless execution. The potion is perfect. It's exactly what I was expecting.
So? Was the 7th time the charm?
Extracts some of the potion and uses a device to examine its composition.
Upon examination, it seems identical to the previous 6 iterations.
Great.
Oh. Wouldn't that make the results identical?
Not necessarily. Experimental outcomes can differ even with similar variables all around. You never know what the result will be. That's what makes experiments valuable in the first place. Come, let's test this thing out. I planted some sweet flowers beforehand which we can use. We just need to douse them with the potion and see what happens.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, all the way to Dragonspine. Isn't this... No, that's the hypostasis arena, right next to it. As in the giant insignia on the map, Connery. The buffs Sucrose gets are non-usual in-game because they're all decimals divided by 7. And 7 is the... pH? Oh! Actual pH. I thought you meant pH as an acronym for something. That's fun.
Alright, we poured the growth serum on the flowers. Is that all we need to do?
Yep. The flowers need to fully absorb the potion, so it might take some time before we see a reaction.
What happens then?
The flowers will grow in size while maintaining their original appearance. But then, when they reach 12 to 14 times their normal size, this will prove more than they can bear. As if some upper limit has been reached, they will wither and rot, assuming unnatural forms until nothing is left of them but liquid.
Wait, what? So there's a problem with the growth serum then?
No, I've adjusted the formula time and again, resolving all kinds of issues that arise when inducing small plants to grow larger. Issues like ensuring that the leaves don't get too large, strengthening root diameter and load-bearing capacity, calculating how the increase in surface area might affect sunlight exposure and nutrition.
So, why isn't it working then?
I love it when she rants. I love when she gets nerdy.
Because the flowers cannot transcend. As above, so below, is one of alchemy's guiding principles. Alchemy seeks mastery over matter, but this world has its limits. It's like a specification etched into the law that governs all things. Part of the purpose of doing multiple experiments is to determine if this specification is stable.
So failure is also a viable result.
Exactly. It proves that the limit continues to exist.
Why do I feel like that's the second reference that they've had in here? 16 times?
Okay, this is all a bit over Paimon's head, but basically, you needed the experiment to fail to prove that the limits and borders in this world are stable? Oh, what a weird experiment. Huh? Looks like one of the flowers is reacting. Wait a second. That's not a sweet flower at all.
It's a whopper flower the size of a building.
Careful! It's a whopper flower. It must have absorbed some of the
It
potion.
is!
Wait, but that's happened before, and it's never gotten this big either. Can this mean...
We can talk about this later. Let's get rid of it first.
Oh jeez, for some reason I thought that for a second thought that they gave me solo sucrose.
Here comes the cat. Quietly now.
Suffer the wrath of the animal hypostasis simulation.
Go! Grow!
Bond is strong.
Oh, there we go.
Phew, we did it. Even at that size, a whopper flower is just a whopper flower. But, was it supposed to get that big?
I could only make a rough estimate during the battle, but it looked at least 16 times its original size, maybe even larger.
How can you? How would you be able?
This means that the experiment worked.
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
I'm still not sure what the implications are, but if further attempts succeed in reproducing this result, that means that something's different. Perhaps the limits and laws of this world are changing due to some unknown factor.
Interesting.
I can't say if that's good or bad, but from an alchemical perspective at least, expanded boundaries means that more possibilities are now open to us. Either way, this brings my task to an end.
Weird.
Seems so.
That said, it could also be an effect of the person who made the potion. There could also have been something special about this particular whopper flower. There's a lot that still needs to be confirmed, so I suppose this task opens the way for further questions.
Well, we're here if you ever need some help.
Could we try using that growth serum on Paimon?
Just think about it. Paimon could probably beat a whole gang of treasure hoarders to a pulp if you were 16 times bigger.
If you're 16 times bigger, you would just be the size of an actual, just regular human size.
I have my doubts. The only reason the serum worked on the whopper flower was because its internal structure was similar enough to a sweet flower. If you drank some, you might become 16 times bigger, but you might also turn into a plant-based life form.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, nope. That's not happening then. Oh, by the way, Paimon wanted to ask, why is all your research focused on things like sweet flowers and sunsettias?
Oh, that's simple. Both sunsettias and sweet flower nectar taste sweet. So in that sense, accidentally making a whopper flower 16 times bigger comes with a hidden benefit. Because whopper flower nectar...
Tastes exactly like sweet flowers?
That's right. Once I've extracted the sugar from the nectar, I'll give you some.
So, her name is Sucrose, Paimon. What do you think?
You get it!
Yay! And look, Kale got to hang out with her, with her other Mondstadt buddy. And by hang out, I mean destroy a whopper flower the size of a building. Okay. All right. Don't have. Okay, I just we need to get how. Is this a permanent thing or is this a limited event? I would just need to get Durin up. I don't have Albedo or Klee. Okay, daily rewards. Let's go to Mondstadt, because why not? Because we're already here. Permanent. Okay, cool.
The weather's not bad. Let's get some sun. After all, it's excellent for your health.
After all, it's excellent for your cabbage.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Fuck. Sorry, I didn't see you walk in. That. Thanks, dude. She brought our sack of granulated cane sugar. What a fucking dork. I love her. What the hell, bro? Okay, well, what were we doing just now? Okay, I claimed my daily commissions. All right. Okay, yo, hold up. I could use some more boss materials for her. Really what she needs is okay. Really what she needs is artifacts. What everyone really needs is artifacts and fodder artifacts to upgrade the artifacts they already have. But I don't know that I want to upgrade this set on her. Although, if EM doesn't really matter, then I guess the EM that she has is fine. Maybe I will, just because I already have a set of Moon Serenade on her. Healing bonus, attack, ER, attack percentage, and ER percentage. Not that there's a flat ER. Man, please don't do that, Hoyo. Mrs. Connery is often lurking. This is also attack and ER. Attack. That's what all of my EM is coming from this goblet. You know what? I'll use this one. As I'm farming VV for Venti, then if I end up having a 4-pack that can also be good on her, then I will. But I have this right now. I'll upgrade this. What's your ER at currently? 205. How the hell? How? If she's already at 204, then like what's her ER requirement for her to be comfortable? Can she live off of 190? Because if she can live off of 190, then I might give her a different substat, Sans. Have her 245. Because doesn't she generate quite a few particles for herself, though? Well, let me start on healing bonus then. My word. Okay, that's okay, I need Mora in a bad way now. I'm under 100k. Excuse me, Margaret. Wifey says hi. She's back in the room. I don't know what she's doing. Just wandered. Oh, she's getting her chair. Just wandered back in and said hi. Wandered back in, silently waved, grabbed her chair, left. 200-ish with Favonius, 250-ish without. Okay, gotcha. All right, then I'll keep that. I'll keep that Sans on her then. Nutland? Why not? Excuse me. Does anyone remember what's in, like, what are the enemies in this ley line? Toma's only got 26,000. Yehoda, most of her artifacts are +0 right now. Look at that face. Oh, it's one of you. Don't move! Illegal! Forbidden! Goldfish of Duke! I was about to say, can I have that back, please? Smash and crab! Oh, my shield's down. I didn't like doing that, but I had to, switch off of Yoimiya there for a sec. Time for a fright show. Nobody's ready. You're my Smarget. You're my Margaret. Ooh. Oh, that didn't get you your burst back, Toma? Ah! Ow! Rude! Here we go. It is so much more fun to use to use a team that maybe is slightly, you know, not great, or like slightly unbuilt, or doesn't have flawless synergy, as opposed to just like copy pasting Arlecchino and Zhongli on every single battle. I need another one over there. Right, like immediately right where I was. I just needed to get yo, hold up. Needed some HP. How about the vent? What if I actually give him
I'm never late.
a team that might be a little more helpful for him? Because Durin's at Durin is at 20, level 20. What a lovely soundtrack. What an amazing soundtrack! You heard the Layla scream from her hangout? You heard the Layla scream in the other languages? It's very cute. Oh. Have you ever heard Layla's scream in Chinese? It's very cute.
Here comes another.
Busted. These are about to get dicey.
You two! Time to... I'm going in! Brace yourselves. Yeah.
Chase yourselves! Yes, Venti, we are doing a Let's Play right now.
Think you can get away? Here we go.
Think you can get a crab?
This was new.
This was new? Look at all those fangs of clearly juvenile saurians. What the fu- There's a chest over here? Ooh, there's no chance it's that simple, right?
Let's light it up.
It was that simple, look.
It's a miracle.
I'd even market it as well.
Adventure time.
What am I doing? I don't have any more resin. What am I doing? We already have 19 wishes heading into Varessa. We have 5 standards heading into Varessa banner. How's my tablet of Toma? 43? I don't know. We can look in a second. Give me a 4-star. Give me a 4-star. Give me... Not unappreciated, but... Scoop. Be cool if they updated the background on the wish screen. If they updated the wish animation to more match their current graphical fidelity. Because the clouds and everything are kind of they don't look all that great. Come on. Oh, hey! Oh, I'm not gonna steal all of- look, my- that doesn't make it better, but she's already C6, so that means I don't need any more. I don't have to have any, alright? Alright, Hoyo? So, I don't need any. What's all this then? Hup. Oh, it's that friendly Fatui still down there that I still haven't gone to face. Also, the other friendly Fatui as well. The other friendly Fatui. How is my tablet of Tonya and Tusser? $46. Oh, you know what? We made these and never used them. Have I waterboarded a kid near the Flower Feather Clan? I don't think so. Ooh, in Anaposis? Oh, in... What the... Oh, that's cool. That was fun. Whoop. What, chat? What? What are you looking at? I still have a full minute before I can use my, before I can use that again. Think you can get away? Hello. Wait, could this be walked on? No. Go atop of the tower? Had we not done that yet? Apparently not. Because I don't know what you're talking about. First, what the fuck?
Have you heard the ballad of the treasure chest?
Hey, Mora. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, it's a conch. We've done this, haven't we? Haven't we been up here? Maybe I shouldn't, because that'll probably erase these platforms. Yeah, we've done this before. Yeah, this was part of this was part of your world. Brother.
Have you heard the ballad of the treasure chest?
I have not. It's the second time you've asked and you won't sing the Battle of the Treasure Chest. So, I'm left to assume... What's on top of here? Jav. Oh, okay, so I have been here then. Think you can get away? Think you can get a gray? I have regular gray hairs in my hair at this point. Yeah, that's all remnant stuff from the actual quest that was here. What a cool noise that was. Okay. Wait. Oh, it's under water over here. Be a note plus a chest if I hadn't. Okay. And I had. Yelan, you've got a ton of HP. How about you be out front? Whoa, whoa, what the fuck? Is that supposed to happen? Oh, dude. Look how cool Yelan looks in this low lighting. Look how cool Yelan looks with this low lighting, and her bracelet are kind of like lighting her up. Look how cool that looks. Man, this skin is gorgeous. Somehow she looks more high res now as well with this lighting. You know what I mean? She looks like a Zenless model. Weird. Okay, now where, there's a meanie over there. Wait. You reckon it's like over here? Or maybe, oh, there's a cave right there I think I see. So, okay, yeah, let's head out of here. You know, as much as I appreciate them taking care to make the ocean like light and bright like that, it would be really cool if the ocean was dark and scary like this. It would be, look how much cooler. Look how much like oddly high res Yelan's model looks as well. Which is like some slightly different shading on her. It'd be cool if there was like a thalassophobia mode where you could turn it to look like this. But if you wanted, you could make it look like hauntingly underwater, like Subnautica vibes. Like if there was a Subnautica mode and a thalassophobia mode. I didn't grab any power before what? That's so weird. That's so weird. Oh, there it is. Hey, what's down here? Is there really only one meanie right here? Are you serious? No, okay, right there. Cool. Look at the fish. Look at the flowers. Hey, you scoundrel! What do you think you're doing here? Existing like that? Furina's a little passive where she has much less cooldown, much shorter cooldown on all of the xenochromatic abilities. Does feel noticeable. Like when I'm not using Furina, and usually Furina is my go-to for for under what the? Are we underneath Elinus right now? No, we're not. We're not even close to Elinus. What the? Oh! I'm okay. This water is affected by dangerous creatures and will do damage to characters within it. Oh! Wait, hang on. Okay, fish. Hold on. I've got an app for this. Man, Yelan looks so pretty in this lighting. I've got an app for this.
Time to get down to
High HP and auto recovering as well. Look. Okay, do I need to destroy these? No, that wouldn't make any sense. Why would you just be able to destroy them? Here's an arc. What is this? Wait, this one's glowing. Oh. Hello there. Sorry. Over there. Oh! Oh! I saw a health bar! Oh, whoops, that didn't... Got stuck on the little spine there. Okay, now continue to do these things. Yeah, the interval with which, Dia heals herself, is, she can essentially stay above 25% health at all times, even if there's a continuous... Where's the... Okay, over here. Farina wouldn't be more helpful. She has a much lower cooldown on her xenochromatic abilities, but it's Dia's ability to self-heal that is crucial in the water. I've already asked this before, but what's the underwater combat like on mobile? On mobile? Oh, hey, that... Ooh, it's really starting to get... Whoa! What are you doing? What do you want of me? Oh! Is this what I'm supposed to be doing, or? Okay, more enemies. Unironically, crab power would be pretty helpful here to be able to spit back these guys' attacks. Break time zone. Break the time zone. What is that? Mysterious ore. Huh. Weird. We were heading north. Huh. Pretty much one of the last things to do before leaving Fontaine. Interesting. Exploration-wise. The underwater forge. I haven't found it. I've always heard people talking about it though. Oh, hey, we're right next to the. We're right next to. Okay, so that just looped around. Sweet. Okay, this is still underwater. Just over here. And it's up? And it's up? Is it on top of the smokestack? Is this one on top of the smokestack that I haven't found? Nope. Okay, now it's down. Oh, but it is on top of that smokestack. Okay. Oh, it's next to the fortress where we escape. Didn't they talk about that actually? Sorry, Luna, which puzzle did I just... Which puzzle were you talking about? Next to the other chimney. I don't have any Fontanians in chat right now. Oh, this one right here. Right now. Hoyo, release someone who's gonna work with Yaimiko so you have an excuse to rerun Yaimiko so I can finally get myself a fox lady. Oh, that was easy. I thought that was gonna be a two-stage one. Like grab stingray power to release it and then grab crab power to block off a current. You know, Dio, we meet a lot of people, but you and Beto are still at the very tippy top of the bark ability list. Beto has to be first, Dia. I'm sorry. I am and I'm not. Beto has to be first, because it's Beto. If you met her, you would understand. She would get it. She would understand. This woman killed a three-headed Hydra without a vision. Who was in,
Who's our target this time?
Literally everyone. These guys can be CC'd by Venti's burst, can't they?
Another rude night. Game's up. Time's over. Gotcha.
Time for takeoff. Brace yourself.
Oh, maybe not really, actually, because she's an elite. Shields down.
Show no mercy. Suffer the wrath of me.
Quietly now. Off we go.
Oh, she was frozen in midair, I think.
Here comes the catch.
Let's play.
I am really enjoying playing Venti though. you can just spam both of his abilities because his skill is on such a short cooldown, and he gets so much energy. No, 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 no. Let's not get crazy, Venti. Big enemies like Karaki and Crocodile Aramite are sort of immune to Venti's vortex. Here.
Let's play.
Look. Plunge Venti. Mining with Venti. It was almost just as slow to use an actual sword user for that. Ah, Fontaine music. Whoa, jeez. I went back to our Maritime Harbor. I don't remember why we were there when I was co-oping with my wife. I think I was just like hunting resources and stuff. But the soundtrack here, this, just it's like it takes me back, and it wasn't that long ago. But this was the intro to what is, I think Fontaine is still my favorite of the regions so far. There's heavy competition from Sumeru and Nodcry, and obviously Nodcry's not finished yet. But from front to back, I loved the tragedy that they were telling in the Archon quest. I loved the variety of the enemies and the introduction of local legends. All of the side quests as well. It's so hard for me to put it above Sumeru because Sumeru just hits in a different way. Because Sumeru's side quests just tackled so much of Teyvat lore. The Aranara quest dealt with a very different kind of Teyvat lore than Jet's quest line did, and which dealt with a different kind than the Paris quest line did. It's like the spirituality, the humanity, and the ethereality of Sumeru was addressed in those three big quest lines: the Paris, Jet's quests, and the Aranara quest line. And there's just so much lore just stacked inside this, and it's a huge region. And even though Fontaine's balance of story and combat much heavily biases story and not combat, the story they were telling, I feel like, for me, compensated, because it was never really like, I'm bored, I wish that they would get back to, I wish I could just get back to battling stuff, because I could do that once the story was over. I could just go out into the countryside and fight local legends and do other side quests that were much more combat based. The story that they were telling in place of heavy combat, I fell in love with. The tragedy of Farina and the deception of Focalors and the sins of Egeria was such a good and compelling and was a story that was presented so well. And honestly, looking back, I think I was harsher than it deserved on its pacing, because at times it did feel like it was dragging a little bit, especially especially in the fortress. Part of me almost feels like that's the narrative point of that, is that it's the same thing over and over and over again. And it would have been so easy for them to just like have a black screen with dialogue that says you do this for 42 days. But putting that repetition in there, I felt like it did overstay its welcome. But I also feel like I can give it a pass on overstaying its welcome because of the totality of the story that it was a part of.
think you can get away? Going in!
Oh, you know what? It doesn't change, Bennett's burst doesn't change Venti's attacks to Pyro. Does that only pertain to melee characters? Sword, claymore, or polearm wielding. Alright. Okay, well, I haven't used enough resin today. Now, Nodcry is not done yet. I have really loved the balance of. That's always what I judge games on, is balance of story and gameplay. That's one of the reasons why I hold God of War and Legend of Zelda in such, and I mean like pretty much the entire Zelda franchise, and the entire God of War franchise, both the Norse God of War games and the original trilogy. I never played God of War Ascension, but I am aware that it exists. And then with Zelda, I just feel like my favorite games, Mass Effect as well, the Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 to a much lesser extent. 2 I view as the crescendo, the absolute apex of the series. I played Mass Effect 2 so many times, Paragon and Renegade, just to see what would change. But my favorite games are games that balance story, and not just lore, but story, that balance story and gameplay evenly. And I've been really enjoying how well I feel that Nodcry balances story and gameplay.
I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
In the Archon quests, they are very dialogue heavy, but once again, the totality of the region as a whole is what I tend to judge it on.
If you ever...
Because Fontaine is very, very story heavy. There's entire acts where there's nothing going on except yapping. But if the story they're telling is compelling enough, I can overlook it. And then just the other additional things that are also going on in Nodcry and also going on in the rest of the Fontaine countryside, in addition to the Archon quest of yapping, I can forgive hours worth of dialogue, because that's exactly what like Final Fantasy has been for years. And no one really complained about Final Fantasy, I feel like. It is obviously a factor, always, of like, man, we haven't been able to like wander around, or fight anything, or climb, or solve puzzles. It's just been a lot of just exposition. And exposition that is done well is different than exposition that's heavy-handed. If they're constantly telling you, and this is what they said, and this is why they said that, and this is what's happening here. If it's just spoon-feeding you exposition, it's very easy to pull that out, and it's very easy for that to pull you out of the immersion. And I feel like that's happened only, and I feel like that's only happened a couple times to me in Genshin. The ones that really stand out are in the Fortress of Meripede, and in Inazuma, when we were learning about the 3 vision holders who lost their visions. I felt like that all could have been half as long as it was and still convey the message that it needed to convey. And the same thing with our long stint in the fortress. But it's very clear when the game is heavy-handedly spoon-feeding you exposition instead of characters talking to each other and relaying information to one another. And I feel like that's happened only a handful of times, and even then it's been relatively easy to overlook. Now, some people just don't like heavy exposition games. One of God of War 2018's, and frankly the original trilogy's, greatest strengths is its storytelling is very Shakespearean, where it's very dramatic and over the top, but it's also presented, all of the dialogue is read in a way that feels like people having a conversation and not like people reading lines of dialogue. I think one of Genshin's weaknesses in its writing is the writing sometimes feels like a script being read rather than people talking to each other. That's one of the huge strengths of The Last of Us Part 1 and 2, is that all the dialogue feels like people talking to each other and not necessarily dialogue being read from a script. Red Dead Redemption 2 does the same thing, where people talk over one another. It feels like an actual, it feels like you're peeking into history and you're actually able to look into, hey, in the South, this is what was happening in 1899. This is a real conversation that could have been had. Because it feels like people talking. It doesn't feel like actors reading from a script. I feel like that is something that Genshin can do better. Once again, the story that is being told means that you can overlook it almost immediately. I was about to apologize for yapping, but I suppose that's the point of a Let's Play, isn't it? 7 of the mysterious green ores. Okay. Location with 2 luxurious and 1 precious chest. How many of those ores do I have? Was that my first of them? It's not going to be here. It's going to be in here. Or in here, rather. Where the hell is this thing? Oh, I forgot that we actually had this. The prophecy is nigh. Still have Silali. Key to Silali's house. Looks like a chunk of emerald, and it's in this, right? You guys ever read pretty? You guys ever read this? It's quite the book. It's quite the tale. Oh, there it is. Oh, I have 3. Neat. All right then. I can't make any of these. Well, I'm 1 away on Tokiali Tales 1. No more rings right now. Oh, you know what I do have? That'd be a good way to end today off. Fountain of Lumine. Here, Farina. What did Farina have to say about Venti? Or did Farina didn't have any lines about the other Archons, did she? Because she wasn't, it's not like, Zhongli and Raiden, where, like, they've been around for thousands of years. Because Raiden talks about, like, she had the opportunity to feast with Morax, thousands of years ago. I like Zhongli's about Venti line.
It reeks of wine. That bard has just been through here, hasn't he? That drunkard is a disgrace to the arts. Oh. Has he tricked you into getting drunk? You're slurring a little. Wait a moment. I'll brew a pot of sobering tea. It'll be ready in only 6 hours, so just wait a moment.
What a psychopath.
So the animal Archon still goes by that name among mortals these days. Truth be told, from the very first moment I met him, I could somehow sense that we were not going to get along. Also, he sure can drink a lot.
I love Anne's differentiation between the still murderous but cinnamon roll that is A, and then the just emotionlessly murderous robot that is the Shogun.
Consuming this would be physically detrimental. Remove it from my presence.
What about Nahihi? Hee hee. Oh, you know what? Has she not met? Why does she have something about Farina, though? She has something about Farina and about Mawika, but not about the other two? What do you mean it reeks of wine? You're the one always going on about, oh man, this wine.
When he finally achieved the ambition he thought he'd been pursuing all along, was he content at last? Or only emptier still? We only yearn for the skies because we cannot fly. Perhaps he should reflect on this once he has held the sheer emptiness of the skies in his grasp.
Venti's introduction voice line is so sus. We meet again, you don't remember me? What the hell does that mean? And it's crazy that I asked that question and you guys were like, it's been 5 years, we still don't know. Like, we can theorize all day long, but like nothing has ever been confirmed. There's still so much about the first Archon that we meet that we don't know. And it's because every time we like, oh hey, by the way, this is where I convened with Istaroth. Anyways, bye!
Here we go.
There's a lot hiding beneath that wine-laced smile, isn't there?
I have high hopes for this journey.
You should, Lady Farina. My first character I put a crown on. I like watching her Ahoge bounce. I'll tell you when you're older. Woohoo! Ooh! Fontaine, the Fontaine of Lucine. Anyways. What did that say? Don't drink from the fountain of Lucine. You never know whose tears you're swallowing. But not anymore. Not anymore, Farina. Look, quiet under here. Quiet and peaceful. The ratio of characters in this game and characters that I give a shit about. Characters that I'm like when they're in my teapot, I'm like, oh, I want to make sure they're comfortable. I want to make sure they're taken care of. That kind of stuff is insane. It's the only thing I can equate it to is like on par with like Mass Effect characters that I cared about. I feel like that's one of the only other games where like I care that strongly about such a broad cast of characters. Because it's easy in games like God of War and Zelda in a certain way for you to care about. Hang on, guys. Oh yeah, and Nuvi's voice lines about the fake visions, we did look that up. I can't remember when. It might have been right when I had noticed that, hey, Nuvalette doesn't have a vision. When we were over on, at Poisson. When we were over there. That might have been when I noticed it. You know, actually would kind of make sense.
What shall we do?
Stay close and you will live.
You can't swirl grass though. But like this would also kind of make sense as a like this is the AFK Hyperbloom team.
There are still so many places for us to explore.
Can organize them by height as well.
Didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Venti.
Stay close and you will live.
You can swirl pyro and burn with Dendro.
Whatever you need.
Whatever you plead.
Let's go.
Guilty.
Get ourselves some answers. I won't hold you back. Much.
Anytime, any place.
Or maybe that for attack and then off-field pyro. Because Bennett, as good as Bennett is, his off-field pyro is not really all that. Like, that's not really his purpose. His purpose. That's not really his purpose. Also, I just forgotten until just now that Raiden has Shinobu's artifacts.
What is the situation?
Could do an all archers team as well. Now I'm just hanging out. Now I'm just like slouching in my chair, just hanging out, and just. This is what I do off stream as well when I'm playing Genshin. It's just like, hey, can I make an archer team? What am I doing? I need flowers. Let's go get flowers. It's been a while since we had an actual chill stream of just like resource gathering or ley lines and stuff like that. Because there's been so much heavy story stuff that we've been taking care of. Who's another archer? Only on FX.
I'll ensure your safety.
Then Fischl's the one triggering hyper blooms. That doesn't make any sense.
Whatever you need. Gonna be epic.
Oh, Jester, thank you. Thank you for gifting that sub to Jobster. Thank you. Deserved as well. Jobster is you are at like every single stream, and you're often the first one in the chat as well. Merry Christmas indeed. The lobster has been gifted. Okay, this was actually the, so Durin goes here. There he is.
Increasing our combat strength? I'll do my best.
I know you will, buddy. He's got 2,500 attack right now.
Time for takeoff. Yahoo! Let's play. Everybody stand back.
What am I? What?
Leave it to me. A turning point in.
Think you can
get away.
I think I've already forgotten how to use that Durin burst that fires off field pyro. Feels like Kazuha's burst. Is it skill, normal attack, and then burst? That gives you the off-field pyro. Skill, normal attack, burst. Okay. I missed. You missed, Smarsomatos. Alright, I think that'll do it for today. We had a double stream, double feature. We hung out with the rat and the cat. we hung out with Kitten Cop and Rat and the rat. Seth is so pure. Let's see. What shall we do? How about this one? This is a good ending soundtrack. All right, tomorrow and Sunday. Tomorrow and Sunday are going to be usual rest days. I'll be out of town between the 23rd and the 29th, so much shorter of a time that I will be not streaming than I originally thought. But there will be a week where I'm not going to be streaming. I haven't prepared a whole lot of videos either, but I'll be active on Discord and stuff and things like that. So I'll keep you all up to date, and I might even be posting like some small IRL stuff on my TikTok, and also probably will just like simul post them to TikTok and the YouTube Shorts on the second channel. So make sure you're subbed to the second channel. Posting crab pictures. I'll see you next time. Maybe a surprise stream on Sunday. Who knows? Thanks all. I'll see you next time. Be good to each other. Drink water. What am I normally say? What are my lines? Join the Discord, drink water, be good to each other. Thanks again. Love you lots. Bye.